You already.
Gotta knock that ring rust off,
Yes.
huh? Golly.
Shut up. Shut up, we're doing the intro.
Strike fucking one, Nick.
Oh my God, it's derailed. Oh my
I'm
God.
so
my
happy to be back. What's up, buddy?
Oh my God. Oh, it's a lot of touching.
Brad, touch him. Touch him.
Been a lot of touching going on.
It's good to have you
squeezing.
back. You're here in the flesh,
I'm-
and I'm trying to touch that flesh,
oh my
brother.
God.
Yeah.
Hey guys. I'm uncomfortable. Hey guys.
Welcome back to my
How are
show.
you?
I'm Derailed.
We have missed no time.
What?
Zero time. We've released episodes every week, so maybe check your podcasting platform.
Yeah, people were getting a hold of me like, where's the show? And
Yeah.
I'm like, the same place that it always is,
Yeah.
in your ears, homeboy.
The last
Right.
couple, I think, were really, really good.
Probably two of our best episodes. If
Yeah.
you haven't heard them, you're a freaking degenerate. I've been trying to not swear at the beginning of the episode as much anymore. That is suggested. Did you guys know this?
Oh, don't
How
swear at
come?
the B9 gang?
Something about like algorithms catch whether or not you're a filthy show, like in the
Okay.
first 5 minutes of your episode. I don't know the science of it. I'm not a
I got
scientist.
you. We're trying
technician.
to fudge some numbers by not cursing here. And yeah, I get you.
Maybe we should talk about that off the air.
I'd like to.
I'd like
this
to
is
go
fine.
clean. I want to go clean.
I'd like to speak to Mr. Gorhythm and see
Al?
how speak to old Al and see what these rules are.
Algorithm.
Eric Pettigo, how are you, buddy?
Oh my God, you guys, I'm so good.
I know.
I'm so good.
Where have we been? More importantly, where have you been? Is
All right.
that something you're comfortable discussing?
Yeah, all of that now that I'm back in town. So
Okay.
we alluded to a few weeks ago the fact that I had a vacation coming up. But what you don't ever do is into a microphone that gets broadcast to the entire planet is announce the dates that you will not be at your house.
100%. What do you mean by that?
Well, allow me to explain, Mr. Gorhythm.
That Al's a real motherfucker. Anyways,
So we went on a
we made it 2 minutes without a curse.
well, okay. When I upload the episodes onto the hosting site, I got to click a box that says explicit.
Absolutely.
Anyway.
It pertains more to YouTube stuff.
Oh, okay.
We'll get it. This is behind the scenes. The seams.
as well,
Dang it.
Perfect.
when you look at podcasts on Spotify, it'll tell you whether it's explicit or not as well.
Right. Yeah.
Pretty much
But
exactly
so
what Eric said. But
Yep. So
cool.
we're looking at YouTube, where I also have to check a box that says, "Hey, this ain't for your kids."
Pause real quick. Sorry, Nick, you just tried to make me sound real stupid, and that wasn't.
I knew you were
Pettigo's-
too quiet over there. I'm like,
Eric Pettigo
Pause.
said nothing of the like. He said on our hosting platform, which isn't just Spotify.
True.
All right.
Spotify acts as more of like a carrier, like it picks up the feed
100%.
that I put out.
It's not our publisher. It's just part of the distributing.
yeah, regardless.
So, anyways, Nick's the stupid asshole now, everybody.
Way to fix it, buddy.
Eric, please continue. I'm very interested.
No, I'm very. So we went on a 6-night, 7-day cruise through the Eastern Caribbean.
Dang.
And we've talked a little bit about it before, but my absolute preferred form of vacation
Same.
is a cruise.
Same.
I love them. My whole family loves them. That was Amanda and I. That was our 10th, and that was our children's 5th.
Your 10th
Wow.
together? Just in general, that was both of your 10th. That's fucking awesome regardless.
I think 7th together.
Yeah.
No,
Man, you guys are cool.
8th.
Yeah,
together.
You guys are really cool.
Yeah.
I've been on 3.
Is this based off of your guys' respective cruise stat sheets that you got for the carnival? I mean,
We do have
I know.
stat sheets.
I know you had mentioned that before,
Yeah.
and because I remember you were talking about having to somehow integrate Amanda's
Yeah, her
surname account, her maiden
got
name
it.
account, and stuff like that, and that being a whole thing.
Yeah. So I went on my very first one I ever went on was in the year 2000 with the homeboy Ben Wilson,
In the year 2000.
Conan O'Brien.
Great bit.
Yeah, it
Great
really
bit.
was. And so celebrating my 25th anniversary of my first cruise this year.
Damn,
Yeah, right?
son.
Right? So I went, oh, yeah. I don't know. That was weird. Anyhow, no.
It's fine when I do
Right.
what I did, but then what you did is what set it over the edge and made me go, yuck.
So Ben and I went on in 2000 and 2001. We went on like back-to-back year cruises, same cruise. And so,
B2BC.
right. Back to back. Yeah, no, you did that. You did that well.
Come over here and kiss me on my hot mouth.
Feeling romantic.
And then it didn't go again until, and Amanda had gone on to also in her life.
Sure.
And then we got married in 2009 and went on a cruise for, I know, right?
Congratulations.
Thank you. Oh my God. It was a big day.
Oh.
Went on a cruise for our honeymoon out of Miami.
Ooh.
And then we've been on more since. We took Pedigo on his first cruise back in 2012.
Just some of the greatest memories of my life is that trip and just having all my people surrounding me in gosh darn paradise, brother.
Yeah.
Wake up, have fun, take a break for a second. Just kidding, keep having fun all day. And that's a cruise.
It is.
Yeah.
It is that, dude. It's so much. And so we've done now, let's see, I personally have done 7 Carnival, 3 Disney.
Wow.
And
Do you have a preference? That's a tough one. I realize that different cruise lines offer different, not experiences necessarily, but
Right.
different details in the experiences.
Maybe flavors, perhaps.
Yeah.
so
Different flavor.
here's the thing. Carnival has changed a little bit.
What do you
Like
mean by that?
the quality of cruise that we went on before, as far as like the service, the food, everything was better.
Really?
The entertainment, all of that stuff was better. We were a little disappointed on this past one. Now, don't get me wrong, we had a great time.
Oh no.
And it's we had, I mean, the places we went, the scenery, like the overall experience was awesome. But compared to previous, Carnival is now focused more on, hey, let's have a fun time. Mm-hmm. And you know, we're in our 40s, and it's like, yeah, we want to have a fun time, but we also want a really high level of service.
Sure. Yeah.
So,
What? Go ahead.
well, I mean, no, go ahead. You
Well,
asked.
what I'm used to is a bunch of workers are just walking around with a notepad like, do you need a drink now? And I'm like, yeah. And then 10 minutes later, they bring me one, and I don't have to move. I just sit there with my piggies out.
That happens a little, not as much. You have to seek out the drinks a little bit more.
What?
The cost is a little bit more. They, what? And here's the thing about it is the ones we went on before, like you get to know a lot of these workers.
Right.
And that didn't happen this time. Like our wait staff at the restaurant was different every night. That's been one of my favorite things.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So you go to the dining room, you know, the big like restaurant, and it's nice, and you're supposed to wear, not necessarily, I mean, there's a couple nights that are elegant nights where you're like shirt and tie and
Right.
right, and but there's still a dress code for that dining room because it's a bit more of a nicer dining
Sure,
experience.
Don't walk in wet trunks.
Yeah,
Right.
trunks, no basketball shorts, no cutoffs.
Right.
And so, and you would go and you would sit down and you'd have the same wait staff every night, and they would know you by name, and you would know them, and you'd learn about their life and and it was like really, really cool.
It was awesome. Yeah, you would develop a little relationship
Yeah.
with these people that you'll likely never see again.
But I'm
Still, it's like you walk in, they're like, this guy loves sushi.
Yeah.
That's my sushi guy.
like I'm Facebook friends with multiple members of wait staffs that I've been on cruises.
Are
and
you
met.
for real?
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
You hit them up before you go on a cruise, like, hey, are you going to be on J14 out of New Orleans?
Keep going.
You know
No,
what
I
mean?
want you to finish that. How do
I
you
did.
think this goes?
Yeah.
You're like,
J14. Okay.
you go, Ruiz, my boy. You say, it's me, the sushi guy. You remember? Anyways,
your big sushi boy.
you're gonna be on cruise number J13 out of New Orleans, Louisiana, USA on, fucking May 17th.
Brad,
20 whatever.
stop guessing. Dude,
No.
I almost spit my
No, I
coffee on my
like it.
computer.
I like the guessing.
Brad's guessing.
Yeah. So anyhow, yeah, that's exactly how it goes. Hey, we're going on J14. are you going to be on that? He's like, I'm on J12. And I know, dude. I know.
What? Shit.
I'm like, well, I feel like a J off.
Right.
But this time different every night. And so it was very impersonal. The workers do a great job.
Yeah.
The staff does a great job. It's the overall management of Carnival it's geared less towards let's offer you like a really nice experience and like, hey man, come on this boat, let's have a good time.
Right.
Which is fine.
Sure, but man.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm used to that full experience. Mm-hmm. I don't even got to lift a finger.
Yeah.
I just got to lay my lazy bones down on Brad, what's an outdoor like pool type chair called? I didn't want to say it incorrectly. Just tell me what it is.
We could go with Adirondack chair.
Ooh. I'm on a brown duck chair, just chilling for vacation time. And then you bring me all my stuff. That's what I'm used to. That's all I'm trying to say.
So there are a few more notes, and we don't have to do the whole show about cruising, but I want to do.
I want to hear about it.
Yeah,
buddy.
like I'm down to do it. I've got it segmented off.
Was that just the intro to the cruise talk?
Yeah.
Fucking cool,
Yeah.
dude. Really neat.
One on board, they've got multiple forms of like entertainment and things to do, like so many things that it makes it hard and you can't even experience everything.
Right.
Sure.
It's kind of like going to a big theme park.
Right.
And trying to fit it all into one day.
right.
Except you have multiple days in this instance. So, I mean, you probably could have seen it all if you tried.
Yeah. Still gotta pay the old price of existing in a society, which that price is experiencing other people who also live in that society.
Ooh,
Yeah.
deep.
Dealing with their shit ass bullshit.
They have like full blown stage shows.
Yeah.
That they're like similar to like a Broadway show experience.
Would you catch you some Fiddler on the Roof?
No, we saw something called Flick, and it was disappointing.
Ooh, is it like Fiddler on the Roof?
Yes.
Cool.
And then they have comedy shows. They have stand-up comedians come in.
Yep.
And some of them, like, really good.
Yeah.
And funny. Like, because they'd be like, yeah, you've seen this person on Showtime and on, Comedy Central. And they're legit comedians. It's not like open mic night. Mm-hmm. And
Sometimes it does feel like open mic night.
Is it?
sure.
I've
Are
seen
there-
good and bad comedy on
Yeah,
this
yeah.
shit.
So, right, you got ones that have notoriety. I assume there are ones without notoriety. When the MC's bringing them on stage, are they like, you may have seen this guy on cruise J14 out of New Orleans, Louisiana.
And his YouTube channel. I've never... Yeah, it's always been somebody from Comedy Central.
Gotcha.
That
Okay.
seems like that's always part of their resume.
It's always Carlos Mencia.
Yes.
Oh, God.
We did see Carlos Mencia.
Are you kidding?
Yes.
Okay. Right, obviously you're kidding.
And then
Yeah. Yeah, what a dumb question that was that I asked you.
That was so dumb.
Ah, dang it. I was just kidding.
And then every cruise we've ever been on has like a piano bar too. Mm-hmm. And that ends up being some of the most fun. It's more like intimate setting. There's a guy in the middle with a piano and he's taking requests and he's singing and he does Piano Man over and over and over. And
Right.
but still that song never gets old.
Sure.
And so it's just like a big sing along. So we spent a few nights hanging out there. And I was texting you guys literally from the cruise ship.
Oh, yeah.
Because I was experiencing things in real time. Like, I need to talk about people. At multiple comedy shows that we went to. And I've been to some other comedy shows in my life. And I know you guys have seen like YouTube videos of hecklers and stuff like that.
sure.
Yeah.
But how annoying is the guy, and it's always a guy, who wants to kind of take over.
Right.
Very is
Like-
the answer
Right.
to your question.
I thought it was rhetorical, but yeah, incredibly.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Like, and we had a few experiences. One of the shows we went to, there was a bunch of like hammered college bros in the front row. And
Hell yeah.
when the MC comes out to just get us ready, these guys there's probably 15 of them
Jesus, dude.
going nuts, right? About like falling all over each other. And this guy, he's like, okay, yeah. He's like, the nightclub's that way if you guys came to the wrong spot.
Be this way there.
Yeah.
You can do this there.
And they kind of kept going. And then he was like, all right, listen, you guys, you're going to have to calm down a little bit and not ruin this show for everybody, okay? I'm going to bring out the comedians, and you guys just need to stop doing that.
Hell yeah.
And
that works.
Yeah, and it did.
Whoa. Oh,
Yeah.
awesome.
They were kind of like, oh, my God. And then...
Because they got in trouble.
Yeah, they got in trouble in front of a packed theater of people, and it was funny.
That's very funny. Good. I hope that they remember that to this day.
Yes.
maybe
I hope
they
that they
learned
went home
something.
after their vacation like, oh, wait, are we dickheads? Oh, no.
And the answer is yeah.
Yeah.
Dickheads.
That's cool, man. It's cool that they got it.
And it wasn't
Yeah.
even from the comedian. It was from the cruise
Yeah.
line guy. Like, hey, all right, no, stop doing that.
Yeah,
okay? Yeah, you guys, nope.
Right.
But he was still very professional.
Yeah, he
He's
was.
like, yeah, you guys need to
He was smiling.
knock it
Just-
off.
If you guys don't
quiet.
shut the fuck up, I will turn this goddamn ship around.
Right.
And then in another one, there was a guy middle-aged with a big, loud voice.
Is that the guy you sent a picture of?
No,
No, that was piano
that's at
bar,
the
but
piano
we'll-
bar.
Oh, right.
That was the J off at the piano
That's
bar.
my favorite text we got was this J off at the... Anyways.
I took a picture and I circled his face so you would
This
know.
J off at the
Little,
piano.
This J off.
little spoiler alert. My bad.
But this other guy at the comedy show is just loud voice and is answering the questions. You know how comedians are like, yeah, man, you ever blah, 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 blah.
Right.
And this guy's like, yeah, I have. Yeah. No, I know. Yeah. Like, I'm like, oh, bro, he's not having a conversation with you.
That's not what this is.
Please stop.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. And I never want to be that guy.
Yeah.
You never will
Yeah,
be, though,
yeah,
is
but-
the thing.
My favorite's Thousand Island dressing. Thanks
Right.
for asking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Is he ever like... Is the comedian ever like, you see, anybody ever dealt with that? And then the dude just goes, nah.
Yeah, actually, no, that would never.
That's not my experience, honestly.
I don't really have much input on this. I'm sorry. I'm not contributing. So
You should ask somebody else. I'm not the most familiar.
Maybe
Fuck
they're way
that
too
guy.
into trying to have a full-on conversation with them to go in the opposite direction, right? Comedians like, what's the deal with animal crackers? And the guy's like, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Are they made of meat or are they made of bread product? I have no idea. Is it animal or cracker, my guy?
how come they're not in cages on the box anymore? Go woke, go broke.
Anyways, tastes
goddamn.
great, less filling, like a Miller. What's your next joke?
I buy saltines now, and that's it.
I buy saltines now. Yeah. Yeah, cruelty-free crackers.
That's what becoming an adult is.
That's exactly right.
No longer putting animal crackers in your soup.
So there was this J off at the piano bar.
Sweet.
And here's how this goes. You go to the piano bar and everybody hangs out, and at your table there's like a little sheet of paper, like a notepad, like Post-it notes, except on those Post-it notes is 2 song request lines and your name. Hey, I would like to hear this and this, and then you walk up and you set it on the piano. Well, the first night we go there, there's this hillbilly posted up, literally, and you saw on the picture,
just right in front.
right next to him. He's
Yeah.
like 2 feet away from this guy.
They could smell each other's breath.
Right. And so he's just nonstop. And it's not like the piano bar guy. I mean, he's playing, he's singing, and he's just looking. It's not like an orderly thing.
Right.
Where it's like,
He can
okay,
take
your
his
turn,
pick, I
your turn.
imagine,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
It's to his discretion.
Yeah. And this dude is sitting there, and he is just not, it's like his own personal playlist, pretty much.
Yeah.
And he's talking to him the whole time like they're buddies. And
Like he's feeding dollar bills into the Touch Tunes jukebox.
Yes.
Oh, I thought you were going to go stripper route there with that joke.
yeah.
And especially because you started with feeding. I thought that was really funny and weird.
And then he starts doing this thing, and he's all kicked back like, this is my show, you know what I mean? And he starts doing this thing where he's writing his song request, and he's turning the thing into paper airplanes. And he's throwing them at the guy.
No.
Oh, I'd
yeah, no,
really
I'm-
think about what it would be like to fight that.
I'm losing my job over that.
Yeah.
I'm telling you that right now.
And not like at him personally, but at his
In his
space.
direction,
Can
yeah.
we get the MC from the fucking comedy club over
no
here to
kidding.
knock some
you're gonna
sense
have
into
to,
this into this old fucker, dude?
Right, dude. And he's doing that, and he's thinking he's awesome. And
Fuck this guy.
Yeah, and
For real.
the guy's being cool, you know, like,
Coolest
oh,
guy
yeah,
on this
thank
cruise.
you, you know what I mean? And I think every now and then he was like tucking a dollar bill in there too to,
Oh,
you
well,
know,
that makes it better.
Yeah, to be like, I can be a J off. I'm giving you $1.
Right.
So, anyhow, that was But we went to a private island in the Bahamas, which was beautiful. We
Yeah.
went to Grand Turk, also beautiful, and we went to the Dominican Republic, which was the most scenic and cool place ever.
Yeah.
But man,
Uh-oh.
did we go on an adventure there.
What do you mean?
We went on a tour, not through the cruise.
Oh, buddy, you don't do that.
Oh, we did
You
that.
don't do
Taking
that.
risks,
We
dude.
wanted to see things.
Did you sharpen a stick and put it in your pocket before you?
you have your
left
sharp
on
stick
this-
in your pocket?
Did you have your
No,
sharp stick?
I had my cruise dad attire, which was I noticed, dude. This is so funny. All right, so cruise dad attire. This is me on the whole cruise. I've got my lanyard, my Illinois lanyard,
Yes.
attached to my cruise card because everything is a cruise card. Everything,
That's so they know where to send your body.
Yeah.
Just Illinois in general.
and then
Yep.
my hat, and my T-shirt, and my sunglasses atop my hat. At
Dude.
one point, we were sitting at the bar in the main lounge, and I look around and I say to Amanda, like, do I need to go stand over there with that group of guys?
Yes.
Because there was like 6 dudes, all exactly like me. T-shirts, swim trunks, beards, hats, sunglasses on hats, lanyard, key card. And I'm like, oh, I'm cruise dad.
Just
dude.
holding it down.
Yeah. But we went through a tour, like, we found this driver and like, hey, we want to see these. There are these things in this town. It's like Umbrella Street and Pink Street. Really cool. Look them up, and you can see. You guys saw the pictures.
I feel like
posted.
I get the gist of what's going on in
Yeah.
these streets based on the name, but please go
They're-
ahead.
it's super cool, right? We wanted to see those, and we just wanted to go to the beach. He's like, oh yeah, no, that's part of the tour I take you on. We're like, cool, let's do it. He's like, well, we go to the countryside first. Do we go to this like shack?
Nope.
In the country, and it's like his cousins or I don't know something, and they're trying to sell us everything, and they put Braylon on a donkey and let him ride that around a little bit.
And then they're like, that's $50.
It was
Yeah,
sketchy,
dude, that is legitimately my biggest fear when stepping off the boat.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
is-
like, actually, but first we're going somewhere you don't know about.
Right.
See, my
Yeah.
immediate answer is, no, we're not.
Yeah.
No, we
And
did.
if you are, then no, we're not. And
Right.
you can. But if you try to take me there, then fuck you.
God.
You know, and
Yeah.
it's-
Anyhow,
it's
it ended up being really cool. We got some great pictures, and you get to see, like, when you go to these places, there are American spots, and I say because that's where they want the tourists to be,
sure.
where it looks like America. I mean, the
Right.
scenery is prettier,
Cheeseburgers everywhere.
but yeah, like the amenities and stuff, it's stuff that we're used to.
right.
When you
Pistols
veer
and
off the
bacon.
beaten path a little bit, and you see,
My joke was funny.
I
but
like
it's-
it. It was, yeah.
I ran right through it.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah, it's something about algorithm too. You're not supposed to talk about
cream
Oh, yeah, my bad.
Yeah,
Pew
bacon.
pews and bacon.
cream cheese
I mean,
covered
pew
pistols
pews,
wrapped in
dude.
bacon.
All right. Anyhow, a lot of fun. Yeah, we had a lot of fun. So we all made it back
Or line
fine.
up if you want.
I'll never go again during spring break
Oh,
wow.
yeah.
for multiple reasons. One, super windy,
Oh,
Okay.
like very, very windy.
sure.
Yeah.
I mean, the weather was still really nice. Get me?
Yeah, I got you, buddy. Don't worry.
Thank you.
wetter.
God, that was
fucking
so dumb.
idiot.
I know. Jesus.
All right, go ahead.
I'm
Continue.
done now. I'm just gonna stop.
No.
Weather was still really nice, but it was really windy. We couldn't do our snorkeling excursion. The waves were too high. And then also the traffic getting down there, bro.
Because everybody's
Oh, I'll
heading
bet.
south.
Yeah.
Bro.
Our
It wasn't
body.
even road construction it's just traffic.
Everybody in the nation head southward.
But answer me this.
Okay.
In spite of how annoying all of that was, considering it was spring break, were there at least a bunch of obnoxiously drunk young people ruining most experiences with their good times?
No, man, not really actually.
Oh,
it was
yeah,
pretty
no,
chill. There
they'd-
wasn't anything.
They'd be ruining my good time.
Yeah,
for sure.
not that we didn't encounter, and we talked about this before. If you go on like the shorter, cheaper cruises,
Right.
you get the more raucous party crowds.
Absolutely.
Right.
This was a little bit longer of a cruise, a little more spency,
Right.
bigger boat, more kind of family oriented.
That
Right.
makes sense.
the kind of you get the kind of clientele where if you tell a group of guys to calm down, they will.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're like, oh, my
Yeah.
bad.
They say, "Oh, I'm sorry, sir. Please continue."
You go on like a 3-night or something. That's like bachelor party stuff.
Yeah, that's where everybody
yeah,
shows
dude.
up.
Yeah.
That's
Dogs
where
out.
that first one we went on. There were multiple groups of drunk college kids.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget. I told this story on the Terrible podcast with Nick and Brad. I'm Nick.
And I keep going. You're fine.
We were at the buffet late at night, and there was some like super yoked frat bro in a cutoff tee that was just passed out on the table with his head in his arms, right?
Yeah.
And this poor little guy that worked for the cruise line is trying to wake him up, and he's just he's going, "You have to get up. You have to get up now." And then he gets more aggressive. And by the time
hitting him on the head,
yeah,
what's he doing with
like,
his hands?
He was like open palm striking. "You cannot do this here." And it was some of the funniest shit. And the dude's just no selling. Yeah. Out cold. Just.
Yeah, you get a lot of that
Yeah.
on those shorter cruises. And that's not what I want to be around. So,
Same.
Cool, man. That's what's up.
So, Nick,
Yeah.
what did you realize while we were gone?
Oh, I came to a realization while you guys were gone, and I wanted to run it by you, and I thought it'd be a real hoot to share it on the show. Ooh. I don't like it when you're not close. I need you to stay here from now on. When you're gone, I miss you. Okay. And when you're far away from me, I'm worried. I cannot lose you. Don't leave me. Stay here where I am, and never leave again, because I love you. And don't you leave me.
Okay.
And stay where we are right now. Stay where we are right now. Don't go away ever again. That's all.
Yeah.
That's all I realized.
You
are my brother. Okay.
Hit it again.
And when you're not close, I'm uncomfortable, and when you are close, I'm a lot more comfortable. So if you could stay close, and certainly don't get into fucking any sketchy vehicles in Bolivia or wherever the fuck you said you
Dominican
were.
Republic.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same thing as what I said.
other side of the world.
Yep, not a completely different thing.
Just don't leave me again. Ultimately, is
Eric,
what
Eric,
I'm
you
getting
are
at.
also now no longer allowed to go farther away than 5 minutes from Nick's home.
Yeah.
Wow.
Just come live in my house with me.
That is.
There you go.
Quite the radius.
I missed you.
Yeah. No, missed you guys too. And I can't promise you. Actually, I can promise you that I will leave again.
There you go.
Oh.
Yeah, I like to leave.
Let me start my thing over again then. Clearly you didn't hear me.
But maybe next time. Maybe next time you guys come with.
That's what it is. I just gotta go
we
with
take
you.
that 5 minute distance with us.
Yes. Yes.
And then it turns out the whole cruise ship is within 5 minutes of where we're at.
I don't care if it's just you and Amanda. I'm going with you.
It's fine, dude. We can put 3 in a room.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Get 2 of the cuck chairs and face
Oh,
them.
no.
No, I'm not. Let me finish. You get 2 of the cuck chairs, but you face them towards each other and throw a pillow and a blanket there, and it turns into a bed for Nick.
Oh yeah, a little cuck bed. Fuck
Yeah. No, it's just a bed at that point.
Some things are
right on.
better implied.
The cuck part just depends on which way you're facing.
The cuck part's all about intentions, I suppose.
You don't
yeah.
have. If it's just you and Eric and Amanda there, then you don't have any sort of cuck scenario there, because
Right, it's
you're just the dude on the couch. At that point.
Huh. You guys
Anyways.
watch White Lotus?
No.
My girlfriend does. She really wants me to, and I'm like, nah. I think I'll.
You should. It's one of our favorite shows. It is bizarre.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you have to start like season 1, and we're on season 3 now, and there
Right.
is some wild stuff going down in season 3.
I am to understand Walton Goggins is on
yeah.
it.
Baby Billy.
I'm a big old Walter Goggles
And,
fan, dude.
He's hilarious.
Parker Posey as well.
Parker Posey.
And I hear great things.
She can't lose.
Brad, tell me about your neighbor. Or Nick, tell me about Brad's neighbor, or something about Brad's neighbor.
To preface this a little bit, Me and
What is this?
me and Nick were hanging out.
I'm excited.
I think this was either a random Tuesday or a random Friday, whatever.
It was Friday. It was a Friday. There was a big storm happening.
There was a Friday. There was a big storm sweeping through town, and we hunkered down and got ourselves a couple cold pops. And
Worked on some music.
worked
Just
on some
saw
music,
our way
right?
through the storm.
Right. We usually will start that around 5:30, 6 o'clock, something like that, and just go till whenever the evening takes us.
Okay.
Well, probably 8:30, 9 o'clock rolls around, and the storm's starting to blow through. Might have been even later than that, but
It was.
Excuse me.
Oh,
so
goodness.
So
Snuck up on you.
we're a few beverages deep. We're just having a good time,
Yeah.
right? We
Surviving.
pop open the front door to look at the chaos outside. It's windy, it's rainy, things we expect, and it's cool stuff to look at. But as we open this door, the door reaches maximum open. I'm opening it fast because I'm, buzzed up and like, man, what's the storm doing?
Yeah.
Throw that door open. Nick's right by my side.
And I'm mid-sentence.
He's mid-sentence. We're like, look at this fucking and then my neighbor walks by in nothing but a bathrobe
Oh, goodness.
in front of the door.
Feel like we should...
Kind, middle-aged gentleman.
There we are.
Okay.
Yeah.
With just a little portlier front. What you would imagine a standard issue Midwest middle-aged gentleman. is
All right.
like, okay.
I'm envisioning.
But he was as surprised to see us whipping the door open.
Yeah, 'cause we just flung
as
that
we
thing.
were. And I was like, dude, I know it's starting to come. Oh! As soon as I saw him, I went, oh! And he goes, hey, guys! Sorry, guys! And then he just kept walking.
So then,
And then me and Brad were just kind of dead silent with the door hanging open for a second. Because we still wanted to see the storm, but...
Sure.
But we also, saw shapes.
Oh.
it was
Yeah.
just a man in a bathrobe.
That's
I
what
certainly wasn't looking
That's
towards
what
his
That's what shape I...
nethers or anything.
When you weren't looking, I went up behind him and I pulled it real tight so I could see the shape.
See the
Are
outline.
you talking about this? Never mind. So,
The rope.
did you go batwing that man? Is that what you're
Batwinged
talking
him.
about?
Anyway, he came back later.
So we closed the door because that was awkward and whatever.
And we're just sitting
we're
there like-
laughing it up. And looking back, my front door has glass on it, right?
Yeah.
So you can see frosted silhouettes outside it. Anyways, I see a frosted silhouette walk up to hit me with
Oh my God.
hit me with your flesh twat
Jesus.
there.
What?
Thank you. Walk up to the door. And then just stand there for a second.
Like he
there
was
wasn't an
thinking about
immediate
it.
knock. Like you could tell he was thinking
Yeah.
about, or maybe listening to see if we were recording or something, because he knows we record and stuff like that. So it may have been a courtesy thing. Anyways,
I think he was trying to build up the courage or figure out if it was even worth addressing.
I think so too. I think he's like, should I even knock on this door to apologize? Anyways,
yeah.
he didn't, because I walked up to the door and pulled it open real fast again. I'm like, hey, what's up?
Oh, God.
Yeah.
You opened the door on this guy?
Yeah, yeah.
And
Good.
he's like,
Yeah.
hey, I just wanted to apologize. I didn't
For walking by?
Right.
for walking by in his bathrobe and stuff. And I'm like, oh, no big deal. You're not anything. He's like, yeah, it's not like I have any of my naughties or anything hanging out or
That's
anything
what
like
he
that.
said.
That's what he said.
And,
And I'm like-
I'm sitting on the couch going,
And I'm like, yeah, no, don't you worry. You're all good, man. It's not like you were out here all dong hung out, walking around
what
or
he
anything
said.
like
That's what
that.
you said?
Yeah.
And yeah, that's
he's like,
as he's
you're
walking
not
away
out
now.
here hanging dong or anything.
You're not out
Yes.
here hanging dong or anything. You're all good. He's like, all right, we all have a good night. And I'm like, yeah, you too. So I got to yell, you're not out here hanging dong.
Yeah.
Well, I
At
thought
my
that's
neighbor.
where this story was going when you started, because I know it was very windy the
It was
Friday
so
that
windy.
we left.
Yeah.
Like super windy. And then when you're like, my neighbor in nothing but a bathrobe was walking, I'm like, oh, certainly
Right.
the 70-mile-per-hour gust
Yeah.
Right.
blew this dude's dong out
I mean,
of his robe.
it sounds like Nick certainly knows the color of his pubic hair.
Well, gray, obviously,
Sure.
but I was
At least partly.
I was trying to make a joke and
I
it didn't
imagine-
land, and now we're bringing it up again, and that makes me feel bad.
I often imagine him as a salt and pepper pubic hair.
Okay, often. You spend a lot of time thinking about it.
Several times a day, I envision.
Yeah. No, it wasn't a funny wind gust. It was just the silliness of the situation.
The
We're
whole
all
entire
we're all
scenario.
tuned up, and then
Right.
and then we're just like, oh, ho, ho, ho.
Hey, guys.
And then everybody felt really bad about it, like sorry, but it wasn't a bad thing.
There really wasn't any reason for anybody to apologize.
Yeah, we're like, sorry, dude, and he's like, I'm really sorry, guys.
Everybody's sorry.
Everybody's fine. It
right.
turns out.
I mean, he was bathrobe, white t-shirt, and some form of underpant. So,
All right. So you did get
Yeah,
that
now
knowledge
you're
of
describing.
No,
what
see,
lied beneath.
No, Nick saw something. I certainly tried
You
to see something.
envisioned.
You envision
And
But
imagine.
often.
I certainly tried to see something live and in the flesh.
And
right?
I didn't see much. I saw like the root. What else do we have?
All right. So we're gonna venture into the sports arena
Yeah.
a little bit, and I was happy you sent this over. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
sports talk is what I like do,
Right?
but I don't really anymore.
Yeah.
But that's where I cut my teeth.
Absolutely.
The world of broadcasting was just sports talk. So you sent over LeBron and Stephen A. Can we please talk about this? And,
Yeah.
I'm like, say less.
Go ahead and paint the scenario for our listeners and for anybody sitting at this bar.
No, this is you.
Oh, okay.
You brought this up. You do it, and then I'll do it better if you don't do it good.
LeBron James' son, Bronny, has been playing in the league this year. Mm-hmm. This is his rookie year. And much like most rookies, it's kind of hard to shine immediately in the NBA.
Yeah, let me take over. So,
Well, okay.
I'm just kidding. You're doing fine.
Stephen A. Smith, for anybody that doesn't know, is a sports analyst who I think it's okay to say has developed a reputation for himself as being kind of a just hater.
I mean, he's very, very loud and opinionated.
The only clips that I see of Stephen A. Smith are him shit talking people.
Sure.
Anyway, he's been going on multiple tirades about Bronny James and how he essentially doesn't belong in the league, blah, 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 blah. But then he turned it into LeBron, father to father. You must stop this or some shit. And then LeBron came up to him at a game and they didn't have microphones on it, but he said something along the lines of, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Like, you don't do that. You don't say that. And then LeBron went on Pat McAfee's show, and he's like, it's one thing to criticize a player in the league, but you're bringing like family shit into it. You're criticizing my fathering capabilities. And then Stephen A. Smith said, if he would have swung, I would have swung back.
Yeah.
I'd probably lose, but I will fist fight LeBron James, dude.
Yeah.
Anyway, I brought it up because I was interested to see how you felt about it as a sports person, a sports broadcaster, so to speak, and B, a father. And C, a basketball player.
Yeah, I love
And
basketball.
D,
Oh.
a solid dude.
Aw.
And
D
E,
for dude. Eric.
handsome fella.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Nick, I wish you would have bullet pointed that outline you just created with numbers instead of letters, because you confused me very, very much.
Well, I
at the very
confused myself
beginning.
too. I was like, wait,
You said
what?
if you could be a, and I'm like, what the fuck kind of stupid asshole would do that? Was my next thought for the next 30 seconds. Anyways,
Algorithm.
please continue. I'm gonna have to have a talk with Al.
Yep. I thought, Brad, I thought you were going to weigh in on this real quick. It seemed like,
Yeah.
but were you just going to weigh in on Nick's?
No, I
Okay.
was gonna completely derail the conversation.
Hey, that's the show.
Not in an entertaining way, so I stopped.
Okay. All right. Well, good.
Way to be on top of that.
Way
buddy.
to self-censor.
Good stuff.
Yeah, so Bronny came into the league. He was the 55th pick in the NBA draft out of 60. And the Lakers drafted him, and LeBron has said all along he wants to play alongside his son in the NBA one day. That was the thing.
One of the main reasons that he has stuck around for so long.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And so now Bronny is a very good basketball player. He was one of the top players in the country as a high school player. Go ahead. He went to college, USC, had heart failure and nearly died.
Went
And
into cardiac arrest.
yeah, and it kind of like ruined his college career a little bit, but he was still a decent enough player when he was out there. But I don't think anybody can honestly say that he got drafted 100% based on his own merit.
Right, of course not.
He got drafted mostly because he's LeBron's son. And because LeBron wanted to play alongside him, so the Lakers took him.
It's
That's
what's
fair.
best for
Yeah.
business too. Now you can have a storyline between father and son.
Absolutely.
On the field.
Right.
And that's the
You know?
business, brother.
Yeah.
It'll be the same type of merch getter that T Swift and Trav Kels had, where here's this outside thing that we can, you know?
It's marketable.
Yeah, 100 perk.
And there was a really cool moment, the first game of the season for the Lakers, where they were on the floor at the same time. And you see like LeBron and Bronny literally running an offense, passing the ball to each other. And it was cool to watch.
Yeah.
I watched it. It was really like a neat moment. But being LeBron's son in the whole situation is going to attract a lot of attention and criticism
Yeah.
from people like Stephen A. Smith.
Right.
Here's just the sports facts. Bronny got drafted 55th. His name is LeBron, so don't hit me on that.
Sure,
He
no,
just goes
yeah,
by
no, you're
Bronny.
good.
All right. Even though I probably deserved it. I did
Yeah,
mess
it's
up.
fine. It's fine.
It's technicality.
no.
It's technicality.
Hey.
You
okay,
guys know
you're
what the
okay
G
to go?
League is?
What's that?
The G League?
Yeah.
Familiar?
The Gatorade League.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
actually what it's for. Yeah, it's like the league right under the NBA. It's
Oh,
like
okay.
they're
So
developmental.
it's like
yeah.
Busch
It's NXT.
Grand National.
It's NXT.
It's Busch Grand National versus
Right.
NASCAR. Yeah.
So in the games that Bronny has played in the G League, because he's been bouncing back and forth all season, he has been really, really good.
Yeah.
Not just pretty good, like exceptional.
Right.
Now his games in the NBA, not so much.
It's a different animal, brother.
You're right, not so much. However, and that's drawn a lot of criticism, like this kid doesn't belong in the league. He's only in the league because LeBron's his dad. Okay, fair. But if you look at the guys who got picked 52nd, 53rd,
They're
54th.
performing about the same way, aren't they?
Yeah, or not as good.
Right.
Right? But zero people are talking about how those guys
Right.
didn't deserve to be picked there.
Well, those guys are not LeBron James's son. I think
Right.
it's safe to say that they're okay. Bronny James has been under the most scrutiny of any NBA rookie ever, except for maybe LeBron James.
Yeah.
Okay, it's he can't just show up and be a good player.
Right.
He can't show up and put up, some solid numbers, fucking 10 points, a couple assists, 1 rebound. Hey, average performance, good for you. You have a spot in this league. Like, he has to either show up and be
The next best thing
exactly, or it's a bust and LeBron is just doing whatever he wants and bringing his son into the league and he doesn't belong here. You're either incredible and infallible, or you suck and LeBron is pushing his nepotism into the
ever.
league.
Right.
I mean, it's almost like the poor Bronny can't win for losing, he's going to be held to an immediate higher standard than fucking anybody else.
Yeah.
Besides LeBron.
Yeah, besides LeBron himself. but like the pure fact of it on a sports sense is Bronny is playing just fine compared to where he got drafted.
Right.
He is right on
Sure.
par with everybody else who gets
Sure.
drafted at the very end of the NBA draft. You typically don't get guys who come in and produce numbers their rookie season who get taken at that point in the draft. It just doesn't happen.
Right.
So on one side, it's like, okay, so the criticism's not really fair. But Stephen A is a smart dude and he gets good ratings and he knows how to be very, what's the word?
Controversial.
Yeah, well, controversial.
Controversy creates cash.
Yeah. Yes. But, it's...
Can entertain.
He's a lightning rod for...
there you go.
Yeah.
Inflammatory.
Yeah.
Polarizing.
Polarizing is what I was looking for.
Polarizing.
And so he knows what he's doing. He knows if he talks about the dude who got picked 54th, nobody cares.
Oh, that
But
makes
he's-
sense.
But he's talking about LeBron's kid, so now everybody's going to tune in
Yep.
on it. And so he knows. Now, he also knows that he's not right in
Sure.
what he's saying. He's just getting ratings, which is
You're
annoying.
saying he knows that? He
Yes.
knows that he's not right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
He's just doing more of a devil's advocate kind
Yeah.
of thing, huh?
He's
Dumb.
getting
Where's,
ratings and he's getting clicks, and that's what people do. And there's a reason why he's like one of the highest paid. And then LeBron is just being a dad, but he also should know by now that this stuff is going to happen. So for him to
Right.
like go and physically get in the face of the guy doing it. It's kind of like, yeah, all right, man. But
have words with a guy.
I don't know.
No,
Yeah.
Eric, I'm not obviously as well versed as you two on the sports thing, so maybe you can help me out here, guys. With all of this being said, what is the punchline to this?
like, are we going to make this funny?
Is this going to be funny soon? Or
No, I don't think so.
or
Well,
are we a sports show for a few minutes here?
yeah, I think
and
for
that's
just
cool.
a few minutes we are. And
Yeah.
is this going to be funny soon was probably the punchline.
That was the funny for this part.
Yep.
That's why
So,
I'm here for the sports.
Good
bits,
job,
guys.
Brad.
Thank you.
Way to
everybody.
go. But
Make me a fucking trophy.
there's another part of this where LeBron is very calculated and knows what he's doing. So Pat McAfee is this rare exception in the ESPN world where they don't allow their talking heads to really have much personality,
Right.
or do their own thing. It's you can do what you want to do, but as long as it fits into our parameters
Right,
of what we
sure.
want to put out there.
And McAfee is the opposite of that.
And they wanted to have him so bad that they allowed him to still do his own thing
Right.
on their airwaves, and they paid him more than anybody else. Before that, Stephen A. Smith was the highest paid. And so there's a little bit of resentment there. And so LeBron very calculated when he
did McAfee's show.
when he goes and sits in on McAfee's show. He knows what
Hi,
that's
Jace.
doing. Hey, bud.
Hey, Jace.
And so that part is kind of funny to me
yeah,
too.
that part's awesome.
But then Stephen A. saying, if he would have touched me, I would have swung. And it's like,
I would,
okay,
dude.
he
I'm not exaggerating. I would pay at least $100 to watch Stephen A. Smith be like, all right, I'm going to fight LeBron now.
yeah, that would have been funny. Also, no, you wouldn't. You would have just kept looking as terrified as you did in that clip.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
It's probably hard to fight a man if you're standing straight up and looking straight ahead. You know,
Yeah.
hit me with the thing,
Okay.
looking straight ahead. You're staring at a guy's belly button trying to talk
Yeah.
shit to that. That would have been a lot funnier if I didn't fumble on my
Yeah.
words.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Fucking
God
drop that
fucking
ball.
damn it. Fuck
Yeah.
me.
All right, let's
Fuck me
let's
hard.
shift out of this into something funny. It's an interesting thing to watch and to watch it unfold, but just know that while all of this is Stephen A. getting what he wants, which is
Oh, yeah.
crazy amounts of
100%.
attention and clicks.
Right.
And
100%.
Interaction. There
yeah,
you go.
Yep. So,
God damn it.
Name of the
And we're
biz.
talking about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Here we go.
Here's what I want to know. We've talked about AI a few times
That we
on
have.
this podcast. You brought up an instance before, Brad, where AI was perhaps racist.
It was. I think we came to the conclusion that,
It can be.
we can attribute the human, I'm going to say quality, but it's not a quality. The human quality of racism to that AI.
The human inequality.
There you go. The human inequality of racism.
That's some quality
But-
racism right there,
Now,
brother.
it's been a couple months or so, maybe
It
a month
has?
since we talked about it. So certainly by now they've cleaned up that
Right.
aspect of
you'd
AI,
think,
right?
Hey, we fixed it, right?
Yeah.
Because racism's a hot button topic,
Yeah.
and maybe you don't want your AI racist. So is AI still racist?
That's
well,
the
guys,
question.
turns out the answer is yes.
What?
Oh, no.
But I just thought this was an interesting thing. I don't have an example of AI being racist,
Oh.
so everybody chill the frig out. I'm
man.
sorry, it's not going to be as funny as we think. But there was this post from somebody that said they had coffee with someone who works with a lot of AI companies yesterday, and that person said a good portion of the incredible quantities of processing power that these AI are using when they're doing stuff is purely devoted to keeping the AI models from turning racist. So,
Oh, God.
if you hear headlines that you don't quite understand about how big tech companies are buying up all the NVIDIA GPUs that fucking whatever, we're running out of microchips. We're running out of microchips in a bid to keep AI from becoming racist, ladies and gentlemen. It turns out AI just inherently wants to head that direction.
That's really
it's a
weird.
bad deal.
That can't be real.
Apple's Chat GPT like version of Siri has been delayed until 2027, and it's because they're trying to squeeze all the racism out of it first.
They're like, well, we
This
certainly
can't-
have a few kinks to work out before we release this to the public.
How is that how is that happening? How is AI just
Well, because one of the
becoming
ways,
racist
not that
on its own?
I'm not a tech expert, but
Okay.
Text
AI,
expert.
Yep.
The way I understand it is AI just draws from what exists in the internet ether.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, well,
exactly.
there you go.
That's
All right.
Billions of examples and then compiles its own kind of amalgam of those examples.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it turns out that, I don't know, guys, maybe racism's pretty thick on the internet.
AI is
So
like,
it only
okay,
makes sense.
so mainly racism. Got it. Yeah, I'll stick to that.
When you gear a computer
Jesus.
to study human history
Quality racism.
through the lens of the internet, it turns out racism is a chunk of that.
Jesus Christ.
And that's why our AI can be a little fucky. We got to dial it back. It's like, the drunk uncle at Thanksgiving. You gotta be like, hey, whoa, no politics at the table.
Yeah.
Watch your
So-
profanity.
I mean, the whole point of AI is to do better than us, right? To think better than humans. So-
Sure.
Yeah. So far,
No.
no good.
Humans built AI, so it turns out it just thinks like humans.
Wow.
Only faster. It can be. It's
They're quicker to the
it's-
racism.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot faster. Still end up in a racist place.
Yikes.
Hey,
Okay.
short answer. Yeah, AI is still racist. Probably always will be.
Fair enough. There you go.
Okay.
Now we know.
Careful out there with that AI.
Yeah. Heads
Yeah,
up, boys.
it'll profile you no matter who the fuck you are.
So have you guys seen this? Because I've had multiple friends on Facebook where all of a sudden they'll have this post and it's actually fairly well written. And it'll be like, I've been hesitant to post this.
Yep.
But I've been working on this for a long time and I'm happy to say I've finally got my certificate to deal crypto, basically. And it's a very authentic looking post and it's written like somebody actually wrote it and it looks real. It's not real.
Right.
It is hacked accounts. Your friends' accounts are getting hacked.
Right.
And not only that, but it's like the people keep falling for it. Not that their accounts are getting hacked. People keep falling for the hacked accounts. And if you see, there'll be like 50 comments like, oh my God, that's so awesome. Congratulations.
Those are all the other hacked accounts.
No, those are like genuine friends of that person, not knowing their account got hacked, congratulating them on this major life achievement.
Right.
Have you not seen this?
I guess not
Oh,
in full
dude.
detail.
I've seen things similar, but the one I saw most recently was actually a dude I went to high school with was like, hey, my dad recently went to the hospital or is going into hospice, so we're auctioning off, the estate or
Oh
whatever.
yeah, I've seen that too.
And it's,
oh.
I think he farted in the post too, but that was the AI now that we
Yeah.
know. It also said something racist. Anyways, it was a hacked account. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's like,
how much?
said
How
something
much you guys
racist.
want for that elliptical?
right. And
Yep.
it's like, dude, $300 for the elliptical. So you're like, that's so
That's a
cheap.
great
dude.
deal, bro.
You're telling me I can get an 84 Buick Grand National for $700 out the gate and there's no
Right.
rust? Fuck me.
Like, it's shown me a few things. One, people are very gullible.
Yeah.
And two, and this is most important, people are so ingenuine. Is it ingenuine? They're not genuine.
Disingenuous.
There you are.
Disingenuous.
Good word, my
The T.
man. Nope.
They,
Titty?
Did you say genuous titty?
disingenuity.
I love me a generous help and a tip, brother.
Yep.
But I'm just a good
T-wordies.
old fashioned American guy.
But all the people that are like, oh my God, congratulations. That's so great. I'm so happy for you. Like, hey, whoa. No, you're not.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
no, you're not.
Yeah,
This
first
is
of all,
not-
This
don't
means
lie.
nothing to you.
And second of all, don't lie to a friggin' robot.
Yeah, you got approved to deal cryptocurrency. Big deal.
Right. Yeah, I don't.
Big deal. Stop it.
That means nothing
no,
to me.
Right.
that's not a real achievement in life.
No.
Stop it.
Yeah.
But you're just like, oh my God, that's so great. I'm so happy for you. I'm like, no, you're not. That's a lie. You're
Right.
being fake.
Yeah.
You're being disingenuous.
Uh-huh.
And
Nice word.
don't be that. Don't be that.
Don't be
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Do
Don't be
not
that.
be that.
Don't congratulate people on things that don't deserve
Yeah, right.
congratulations.
That commenting like that on something like that is just twice baked silliness
Yep.
right there. You sillied twice unintentionally as a person when you do that. And you know what? There's no reason to be that silly, folks.
That's like, hey, I've been just happy to say I've been working on this 1,000-piece jigsaw puzzle for 2 months. And I finally got it put together.
Oh my God. Go you.
Yeah,
I'm
right?
so
Link is in the
thrilled for my
comments.
friend.
If you want to click on that link that I put in the comments, please go right ahead. You can figure out how to solve big puzzles too.
God dang.
So heads up for those crypto posts. If you see them out there, they're not real. Your friend did not get certified to deal crypto. It's fake. Don't congratulate them, and certainly don't click on any links.
Right.
I shouldn't have to tell people that.
Right.
It should be obvious.
And also,
I mess
heads up for all those genuine
To listen
titties
back.
that are going to tell you, hey, it's great. I'm so happy for you. But they don't give a fuck.
Right. Those are
At
bots
all.
too. Those are also just bots trying to get your
Tit
money.
bots, brother.
Just trying to get your money. See, this is what's unfortunate is I know how the gentleman I was talking about who had his hack posts up selling the cheap Buick and shit. I know how he got hacked, and it's by clicking on random fucking lovely looking lady bots on the internet because this guy has just still not figured it out.
Man, I'm
Bad.
finna with this hoe.
This woman who looks remarkably like an adult film star who's probably fairly popular sent you a friend request and has no mutual friends and has all these links on her posts and is trying to talk to you for something, maybe trying to borrow some money. Man, what the
Are
heck?
there things happening? Is he messing up over there? And
I don't even remember what you said. But you also said toff, too.
Talk to these fucking
Right
robots,
after the
dude.
right
It's
after
like,
the first ooh, then I heard you say toff too, and then I was
And
like,
it's like,
God damn, I'll hit him again,
there
dude.
was so much happening. I
I
couldn't
hit him
even.
again.
yeah. And it's like, listen, hey, Austin, dude,
That's
none
his
of
name.
these
That's
bitches
your
are
friend's
real.
name.
They don't
man.
want anything to do with
and
you.
they
dude.
are the one. Whoever's behind that is the one hacking your shit and then trying to hack everybody else on your friends list.
Mm-hmm.
So be smarter about that.
disingenuine titties.
It's
Yep.
glaringly obvious that these accounts aren't real.
They don't want you, Austin.
Sorry, Anna Kendrick is not trying to get a hold of you, Austin.
Right.
Anyways, I hope you've learned your lesson.
And they can do with AI now, like they send actual audio recordings to people.
Right.
That's like, hey, and they'll say your name, and it'll be this celebrity's voice, and
Right.
it's
Right.
really catching people. They're
Yeah.
like, wait a minute, that's them. I'm talking to this person.
Hi, Nick. This is Kendrick Lamar. Listen, my tour bus is out of gas.
They're not like us.
They're not like us.
Could you send me $15 to put some mustard on this beat?
I will anything for Kendrick.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I do love Kendrick.
Bing, bop, boom, boom,
Fucking
boom, bop,
anyways,
bam.
like anything, everything on the internet besides this show.
That popped me a little bit, but
It's good to be back, ladies and gentlemen.
Everything on the internet besides this show that we are doing and our listeners are listening to right now is complete bullshit. All right, don't
Okay.
trust any of it, unless you're
Fake news.
buying.
the dogs.
oh,
Unless Eric Pettigo
dogs.
is helping you buy a house, anything he has to say is real, and
That's
he
real.
takes that very seriously, and he's very good at it.
If it's not coming from one of the three of us, it's a load of horse dung.
It's fucking bullshit, and half the shit I say is fucked up and crap. Crap from a horse.
so crass. So crass.
It's a horse's.
crass.
It's
I said horse dung, and then you said 6 bad words. You know?
It's a horse's bungs dung.
so from here, do we go Lars or do we go Joe Gatto?
Ooh, okay. I
gonna
would
leave
kind of
this
like
up
to
to
go.
you,
I would
Pettigo.
kind of like to go Lars.
Okay.
It's been a kind of a serious topic episode. Not that we got like serious.
We're gonna
but
touch on both these guys this episode.
That's what
so-
she said. All right,
Hey.
Lars Ulrich.
Okay.
Years and years and years ago, when Napster came out, Lars Ulrich became this pariah. Because he openly spoke out against it. People are like, oh, well, poor millionaire isn't going to make more millions.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, you can't buy another gold Ferrari, Lars.
Right.
It's something I said a whole bunch of times.
Piece of shit, Lars Ulrich. Here's the problem, is that he's a very unlikable person.
Yeah.
He, much like me, never shuts the fuck up and thinks he's a lot smarter and endearing than he actually
Yeah.
is.
Talks funny.
Talks funny.
Yeah.
Is short.
Short. I was gonna say
lost
he's
his
short.
hair at a young age. A lot like me,
Short
dude.
king, though.
I
I
think
see
you're
a
about
lot of
average height,
myself
Nick
in
Pettigo. You're
Lars
nice.
Ulrich. Was mean to other band members for no reason.
Certainly.
Because of his
happens with
unchecked
this
fucking
one.
ego. Yeah, no, there's a lot of similarities between me and Lars Ulrich. But
Mediocre drummer.
Something- yeah.
Yeah, fair.
Something Nick said on a
Not
stage
bad.
to a
Just-
sound guy was, Well, I don't tell you how to do your fucking job.
He was
so
being a
maybe
dick. That guy was a
all
dick.
that guy did was ask you if you had a 3-prong grounding cable to plug in your amp because
Nope.
the buzz coming through it was fucking nuts.
What he did was he was recording our live performance.
Right.
Right. And he goes, "You got anything you can do about the buzz in that guitar, or are you going to ruin my recording?"
Yeah.
Over the house mic in front of everybody. So I said, "Oh, well, I don't tell you how to do your fucking job."
Oh.
And then me and that guy were not friends.
Right.
But fuck him.
Oh.
Yeah,
But-
no, I think you were wrong in that scenario.
But not fuck Lars Ulrich. In
Oh.
spite of all those mean things I said about him, what he was actually trying to say was, yeah, this is horrible for musicians.
Yeah.
Like, this is going to straight up ruin the music industry.
He wasn't wrong.
He wasn't. So Napster became illegal. LimeWire, I'm certain, is illegal, but it also destroyed everybody's computers.
It's turned a lot of people into crypto traders.
Yeah, exactly. And then now we have legal streaming sites like Apple Music, fucking Spotify. Yeah, insert, streaming platform here.
Amazon Music.
It is so hard unless you are, I didn't catch it, unless you are Taylor
iTunes.
Swift or Metallica
Apple Music now.
or Kendrick.
Windows Media Player.
God.
Unless you are an already incredibly successful musician, or unless you somehow break through that incredibly hard to break through glass ceiling, you could get millions of streams on Spotify and live in an apartment shittier than mine.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because
pennies.
you only, as a musician, you only make real money now off of merchandise and ticket sales.
Yep.
There are no more, we sold 1 million albums. You don't sell fucking 10 albums anymore. And that's what Lars Ulrich was trying to say all those years ago was, this is going to directly impact the artists that you care so dearly for. This is going to make it so being a fucking rock star doesn't mean shit anymore. And he was right. Hey, everyone, we owe a massive apology to Lars Ulrich. He tried to warn us.
Yeah.
And by us, I mean fucking musicians, dude. Because I was sitting there thinking about it. I'm like, well, now it's certainly never. Back in the day, it's never going to happen. But nowadays, now that I'm a part of a group that I'm very proud of, the music that we make, I think is fucking the best shit I've ever been a part of. And we'll never make it, dude.
Aw.
We're never,
Sad.
ever going to make it.
It's not like we're going to get rich off it. We could, like you're saying, you'll make more money off of like viral shorts that you create around your music in
Right.
one way or another than you ever would off the actual
You won't
music.
make much off of those shorts either, bud.
Yeah, no, that goes away too.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, though, is
Only 100 people can get rich off of digital shit, and then they change the laws and shit.
Exactly.
he was pushing back on the illegal streaming and sharing of like the digital music, which was Napster's. People were just getting on there, and I remember like when this happened, it was like you get on to like these chat rooms and be like, hey, I've got this album, I'll
Right.
trade you for that, and
Yep.
then you would share the
Whoa.
file.
Yeah.
It was like that, right?
That's how that was.
Yeah.
I mean, like I remember using Napster and LimeWire and all that, and it would just get on there and search. But so you're talking earlier days. when it's
Earlier
like-
days when he first was like, oh, wait a minute, no, this isn't
Yeah.
working. Like
Yeah.
people are able to acquire albums now without paying anything
Right.
whatsoever.
Yeah,
He's
No,
like,
yeah, I
this
understand that.
this,
But
this
online-
destroys record sales.
Yeah,
But originally it was like a barter system.
right. It was true
Yeah.
person to person
Yeah.
file sharing, where it's like you communicated with somebody.
It
via
was
chat
like,
room. You
I
went,
got
yeah,
this Lenny Kravitz, you got that
fucking
Coolio.
17 male Illinois. You? What's your
Right.
ASL? You said, and then you're like, you got the new Prodigy album, and they're like, yeah, I do.
Smack my bitch up.
But now, like the
Psychosomatic A to Z. That's my Prodigy impression.
the progression though to music becoming a digital thing that we consume, that was inevitable. That was going to happen. The actual
It didn't have to.
compact disc, there was no way to prevent that
Yeah.
from happening.
They could. It's like with the invention of the atomic bomb. They could have just been like.
Give yourself an oof, because I feel like you
I
almost
said
said
atomic.
atomic.
Yeah,
Atomic
But I'm in
bomb.
charge of the button. So like I was like, nah, I didn't deserve it.
I'm not giving myself one.
Much like when they created the
Fucking
atomic
piece of
bomb, they could have right at that last hour been like, this is really bad.
Yeah.
Maybe we shouldn't. And much like the atomic bomb, streaming sites have straight up ruined society.
But
Right.
here's the difference. And here's like artists before could put out one good song.
Yep.
A one-hit wonder.
Yep.
And you would have to go buy that whole stupid CD
Right.
for that one song.
Just to listen to
Right.
one song. And
and that was bogus.
you know who made money off of that?
Sugartown.
The artist
Or-
that fucking worked really hard to learn how to write and compose music and went through all of the long hours of recording the music and then paid people to produce it and paid people to fucking mix it and all that.
engineer it, and all those
I will-
people are deserving of credit.
I
too.
will always side with the artist.
Okay, but
I don't give a fuck about the
even
consumer.
then, if you hear the stories that these artists tell, they were still getting absolutely taken advantage of by the record labels who were keeping all of the money.
Oh,
Absolutely.
100%.
So-
They
I'm
were
gonna
keeping
repeat.
they were keeping an enormous chunk of it, but then also what the artist was left with was still more money than they would ever know what to do with.
And still now, with everything being digital and us, now I don't have to have a CD collection. I don't have to have books of CDs in my car. I have every song ever made just at the touch of a button in my phone. The artists are still making money off that, just not what they should be, because again, it's the major corporations,
Right.
the industry. It's not fair to recording artists. They don't pay them what they're worth, and
Right.
that has always been the case. Now it's just digital format. It's better for us as the consumer because
Absolutely.
we have access to everything
It is
now.
infinitely more handy and user friendly
Yes.
for everybody else.
But artists are still getting screwed over, which has been the case.
right. Forever.
Forever.
But now there's even less to go around.
Right.
I think is my ultimate point.
And then now you said they have to get their money on like ticket sales and
Right.
merch, which is true. And they don't even get all that because the secondary ticket market, like people just go gobble up all these at face value and
Fucking
then
StubHub
sell
ass.
them for
Ticketmaster ass.
right.
Yep.
Yeah, many times more than they bought them for. So there are these like people, they're bots basically. They have programs and software designed to just jump on when these tickets go on sale and gobble them all up.
Yeah.
And they're making more money off ticket sales than the artists.
Right. It's fucked up.
It's just been a
insane.
continuous trend of the artist makes less.
Yes.
Less to go around. It just
So-
he was right.
Yeah.
That's my point.
But
Lars Ulrich was right, but he was Lars Ulrich. That's where he fucked up.
And it was a
I'm
losing battle. There's
sorry,
no way we
Lars.
weren't getting to this point. There's no way. There's
I
no
guess,
way.
I guess I just wish that we hadn't.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
With everything that can be shared digitally through the internet, there was no way to keep music from becoming one of those things. Impossible.
Right.
Brad, do you want to start? Do you go ahead and do your Lars Ulrich impression real quick, and then Pedigo, you
Oh, I
can do
don't
yours,
have
and then
one.
I'll fucking close it really, really well. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Brad.
No.
Nope, you're way too on beat.
Here's my Lars. Okay, if we're doing beats, here's my Lars. Doom cha doom cha goo ga da 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 ga ga da da doom ga doom ga doom ga da doom da chaka 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 da 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 ga ga.
All right.
was
Let's
pretty
hear
good.
yours.
Honestly, Metallica.
Okay. I like it.
Yeah, when we started Metallica. He left the fucking band. Don't you understand that? He left the fucking band. Period.
Okay.
It's a little bit of Gordon Ramsay in there. It's just a weird
It
thing.
was.
If I was
Yeah.
Gordon Ramsay, I'd be going,
Risotto.
big boy.
It's risotto when you're Gordon Ramsay, Eric Pedigo. That's
Cook this fucking
deserve an oof for
Dude, I
that.
spit on you. I swear to God, I got spit on you.
It happens. That's what she
Lars,
said.
I'm sorry because your opinions were correct, but I also think it's wild I don't think it's wild. Lars, what I still don't like you for is over the course of your career, you seemingly got worse as a drummer, and
Right.
that's a weird thing.
Yeah.
Anyways,
So, Joe Gatto,
oh,
where
more
were you
like-
wanting to go on this?
More like Joe still got it. Am I right, everybody?
Because I have a thought.
You go ahead with yours.
I don't know if this is why you threw this out there, but he had a stand-up special come out.
Oh, that's certainly not it.
Oh, okay. And I was like, oh, cool. Joe Gatto was one of my favorite Impractical Jokers.
Yeah, I just saw him live. Me and Anna went and
Did
saw
you?
him at UIS there.
Yeah,
a
and
couple
I
weeks
was
back.
like, oh, cool, man. He's one of my favorites. I miss him.
Is that why you thought I brought that up?
I didn't know why. You just said Joe Gatto.
Do you know now?
No, I have no idea. I've been out of the country.
No,
What
Heck,
happened?
you have been out of the
Buddy.
country.
What'd he do? Oh, no.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, nothing illegal, just unsurly.
Okay, please. Please
he
do. Anyhow, the
has,
stand-up special was not very good.
right, yeah.
No, it's
Okay.
we didn't.
Um,
I don't
he
think
has
the tickets
been
were worth what we
accused
paid.
of
We'll call it misconduct.
not from a legal standpoint. Nah, not misconduct. He's been accused of cheating on his wife multiple
Oh.
times with very young women, legal women,
Okay.
but very young women.
Right. So like unsurly.
Yeah,
He's
so
doing
just-
unsavory, even perhaps, and not. That doesn't mean they're sweet because they're not.
in the eyes of the court of law,
Probably more.
he has
umami
done
than
nothing wrong.
Okay.
In the eyes of Nick Pettigo, hey,
Ooh.
yucky.
Oh, yeah?
You know what I mean? I just, he's older than me,
And
and
all
I
of us.
could
Yeah.
not imagine myself. I'm not even going to finish that thought, dude. That's a fucking baby. An 18, 19-year-old person
like that?
is a fucking baby.
Eek.
I think the age of consent should be fucking like 28 when that frontal lobe's developed, right? Anyway, this TikTok user came out with a bunch of different screenshots and telling her story. Apparently, he bit her butt cheek and left a fucking bruise.
Oh.
And Brad, when we were talking about this Tuesday, and I said the next step is he comes out as a sex addict and checks himself into rehab, and
You
then
fucking
literally
called it,
the
dude.
exact
Yeah.
Oh, he did
next
that?
day.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be stepping away from the spotlight for a while. I'm working on myself, you know. Larry,
Yeah.
fucking scoop ski potatoes.
No,
anyway,
no more potatoes
I'm out.
getting
I'm a
scooped.
fucking sex addict. My bad.
He needs to work on that material, dude, because that
Right.
stand-up special was
Garbage.
lackluster.
Work on
Lackluster.
being less of a deviant and more of a
Right.
comedian.
And then Brad, I don't know
didn't
if
know
you
any of
saw,
this.
but I
Jesus.
think 2 days ago, now some shit has come out about Murr as well.
No.
Yeah,
Anna said that
straight up
something about that.
grooming underage women.
Oh no!
Yeah.
I tried googling it to see what Murr had done when Anna told me, and I actually couldn't like find a good source because there's been a couple James Murrays out there that have done terrible things.
Of
it turns
course.
out.
Certainly.
Right,
That's
yeah.
a very common name. Oh, no.
Anyways,
Oh,
Murr
yeah.
and Joe. Turns out Murr's a little worse then, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I hadn't heard.
And
what.
of
I
course,
had just heard
this is
that.
all alleged. Nobody has been convicted of any
Right.
crimes.
Innocent until proven guilty. in a
as
court
far
of
as
law.
we know, great, upstanding citizens
Is
who
this
just
going to
ran
get
afoul.
funny soon?
Yeah, it is. Because check it out.
Okay.
Sal Vulcano, don't you fucking break my heart, dude.
I love Sal.
You have always been my favorite part of the show.
Jack Crispy.
I think
Jack Crispy.
I think you're a very funny guy and you seem like a great dude, if not a little neurotic, which is maybe why I like you so much. But if something comes out about Sal Vulcano,
Dude, don't do that to me, Tonka Jahari.
I'm going to walk into the ocean, dude. I'll just walk into the
mean-
sea because it's over. BJ Quinn, you're fine. Probably.
I'm Tonka Jahari, but I did not order this whole pizza. How am I supposed to? Anyways, fuck off, guys. That's a great inside.
Yeah,
I
I don't get it.
I just walked
Fuck
into the
you,
ocean
Nick.
like a week ago. It was fun.
Right.
Yeah.
Walk right into that
Yeah.
bitch.
It was fun.
Did I
It
say
was
his name? Is it BJ Quinn? Am I correct? What is it?
Colin.
beautiful. I think it's just James.
It's
isn't it?
Brian Quinn.
Damn it. BJ. Did they ever call him BJ?
No.
No, it's
just Brian Quinn.
BQ.
I'll go ahead.
Yeah.
And then a second one for trying to fucking defend myself for saying it incorrectly.
I can't. This is all hitting me very poorly.
Anna
I
told
don't
me.
like this.
Anna told me that thing about Murr, and I said, "Uh-oh," sounded more like Impractical Pokers. Am I right, guys? Because they're
Well,
doing it all
I don't even wanna
wrong.
laugh.
Yeah, it doesn't
Yes.
feel great. It doesn't feel great. It doesn't feel
Oh,
All right, I'm taking us a different direction to end this show.
great. Do it. Yeah, something funny,
Something
please.
that
God.
yeah. So, do you guys watch Cobra Kai?
I haven't watched the last season yet.
Okay, but you're familiar
Yeah,
with
yeah,
the
yeah,
show,
yeah, yeah.
and Brad, no.
I haven't watched it.
It's a
but I
great
understand.
show.
No, it's not.
Oh,
But I
no,
love-
yeah, it's super corny and bad.
Yes,
But it's awesome.
Horrible.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
that's the point, then great.
But it's so great. Like, obviously, it derives from the Karate Kid movies from the 80s. What makes it great is that it keeps that same just kind of campiness and corniness, but it somehow works. And
Like
there-
it's self-aware.
Oh, yes.
100%.
Yes. And there will be 0 awards ever won for the acting on this show. It is garbage.
Ralph Macchio is the fucking
these guys
worst.
Are they just out there having a good time on this thing?
yeah,
Like these
check-
guys are homies
here's-
making a
yeah.
show.
Here's Ralph Macchio. Check it out. Man, I can't wait to kick a little ass today.
Oh, yeah. That's a great Machio.
He sucks.
Like, he
Fuck
peaked
him. I love him, dude.
certainly during the movies back when
Yeah.
he was like 35
Yeah,
making
yeah.
movies being a 16-year-old.
Johnny,
Yeah.
you can't just keep going around kicking everybody's ass.
It's so bad, dude. And because it's on Netflix and they'll sneak in like one F word per season, and they really, really emphasize
That's
that
awesome.
one. And there are so many inspirational speeches that are just corny and dumb. There is Mr. Miyagi's CGI brought back to life on occasion. And it's terrible.
That must be final season exclusive.
Oh,
I don't remember any of
it's
that.
so terrible. And are you going to watch the final season?
Yeah, I fucking have to.
Okay, I won't spoiler alert it
Yeah,
for you,
you
but
can't.
you have to watch it quick so we can readdress. But
Okay.
here's the part that I was watching yesterday, folding laundry, and I got so mad at myself because there have been countless times while watching this show that I know is one of the corniest and just poorly put together and worst acted shows I've ever seen.
Yeah.
However, I can't stop watching, and it has at least a dozen times given me the straight up goosies.
Oh, yeah, dude.
yeah.
Just
100%.
the straight up goosies, dude, where I'm like, why am I feeling so
Right. Yeah.
just strongly about what's
Oh
happening?
no, I'm emotional,
on
dude.
this
It's like
stupid-ass show,
it's like
dude.
tearing up watching the Power Rangers.
It is.
It's
It is.
Here it is. It's because I want what's best for Johnny Lawrence, and anytime that he makes some kind of improvement in his life, and I feel like he's doing good, I'm like, yeah, man, good. Good
And they-
for you.
They do these things
Fuck yeah,
where it's
Johnny.
like all of a sudden it's like an unveiling of this badass moment, and they're like walking slow motion with AC/DC playing, who also sucks. in
Yeah,
that
just the worst, corniest, just dumbest
Yeah.
shit. Yeah, if you weren't introduced to it as a child, you would understand how fucking stupid it is.
Right.
Right, yeah,
but for
same.
some reason, when all that stuff gets put together, I'm like, "Ooh,
Yeah.
I'm ready to. And what they do is they make karate, which nobody even does anymore.
My son does karate, so
Yeah, but nobody does it. It's like judo now. It's
Right.
jujitsu, and it's all MMA stuff. You can't just do karate.
It's certainly not something that you can just walk into a mall and see happening with,
no,
with
they still-
rival
let's take
students.
a look at Lyoto Machida's UFC record and tell me people don't do karate.
Okay, all right. People still do karate, Brad. Don't
fucking
get
Brad.
your feelings hurt.
God
Well,
damn.
don't talk shit about my fucking son, all right?
Easy, LeBron. All right. So, but
It's full circle. That's good.
they make
That's
it
good.
on this show like karate is the biggest deal in the world. Like it's the Super Bowl. The whole world is tuned in, and
Yeah,
there are.
it's-
Yeah, they're watching on TV, and people are cheering in bars watching teenage karate tournaments
Hell yeah.
on TV. And it's like the most unlikely, stupid scenario.
Right.
They become like international celebrities because of a karate tournament in the valley. And it's so dumb, but it's
Jesus.
so great.
Yeah.
And multiple times throughout the course of this series, there are giant, like 30-person karate fights that break
Right.
out.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Between rival schools or rival dojos,
a karate
there's fucking
rumble.
like 60 kids trying to kill each other.
Yes.
But like in a really cool way. It's very well choreographed. The fights are fine.
They're just
The
karate,
fights are
dude.
fine.
They're just karate fights everywhere, dude. Everybody's karate fighting.
And then it cuts to Johnny Lawrence sitting somewhere drinking a Coors Banquet,
Yep.
and he'll say the
Yellow
word
Jacket.
shit at some point, and it's fucking funny. It's a great show.
It
What it
is.
was
It's so bad.
the final season
I
was
love
about to
it.
air, and then they announced that they were going to do it in halves,
Yep,
right?
yeah.
And then I was like, I'm going to wait until the second half so I can just watch the whole thing, and then I kind of just forgot.
It's out now.
Yep.
Watch it.
Yep.
It's an easy watch. They're 30-minute episodes, basically, for the most part, and it's...
It's so fun.
Oh, my God, dude.
It's so
I
fun.
enjoy it so much. It's so terrible. I had to bring it up. So we ended on a positive, happy note.
Absolutely.
Heck yeah.
Absolutely. I love it. And I love you guys, and I love our show, and I'm really happy that we brought it back. Sorry, my computer was messing up, so I'm not going to give myself an oof there. But instead, I'll play the outro. I enjoyed
Please.
it, fellas.
That was fun. I'm glad to be back, fellas. Looking forward to this, and it I think it lived up to the hype.
I 100% agree. Brethany, we did it. Big Don, my guy, we did it.
Ryan, don't forget about Ryan. He was also awesome.
Ryan too, miss you, buddy.
And you know, my buddy Travis, you wanted a shout out. Here it is, pal. You listen all the way. You heard it here.
Derailed.